So here's another sequence to get you familiar with Rev 6. All right, we're going to start on the slant board, and you're going to stand on the slant board with the middle of your heel lined up between your second and third toe. Feel all of your toes, every joint of every toe. Feel the ball of your foot. Feel the middle of your heel in contact with the slant board as you do knee bends. And notice that your kneecap tracks right over your second and third toe. If it's not, make sure you correct it. But generally, in this position, using all of our toes, our kneecap tracks in the perfect position. And then switch feet. The other thing that I want you to keep in mind while you're doing this is that the space between all of your toes is almost equal. So none of that big space between toes 1 and 2, and ignoring the space between 4 and 5. And while you're doing this, it's an opportunity to check in with all of your essentials. Hollow your abs, lift your torso, float your head, relax your back, and your arms, your shoulders just fall into place. Your chest is open. All right, so the next position is arch downhill. I'm going to take and lower the slant board down 1 notch. This position is the hardest, but the most effective. So when we're on the slant board, once again, the middle of our heel lines up between our second and third toe. Now in this position, with the arch downhill, we want to get down and make sure that that big toe is going down the slope. And you're using the big toe in a way that it actually turns, like your right foot, it's going to be turning clockwise. And that's going to increase your arch and stabilize your knee. So once again, kneecap over your second and third toes. Check in with all of your essentials. You really want to take advantage of the hollowing of your abs and the lifting of your torso as you do this exercise. So you can see it's good for balance. It's good for alignment. Now switch, turn the slant board around. Go on to your left foot, arch downhill, same thing. Get that big toe going downhill. This toe now rotates counterclockwise and knee bends. Great, you want to keep your hips level, shoulders level, and you're going to feel your arch working. All right, so the next position is arch uphill. And that one's easy. Middle of your heel lines up between your second and third toe. Knee bends, much easier than the last one. All right, now you don't have to do a lot of reps in each of these positions. It's almost like it's more of a wake up for all of the muscles of your feet and reorganization of your fascia. But also your nervous system is getting dialed in and your brain. So left and knee bends. Try and stay very symmetrical right over your foot. Notice just how much work your feet are doing. All right, the final position is toes uphill. And again, middle of your heel lines up between your second and third toe. That doesn't change. Make sure though that your toes are reaching uphill and that your toes are not lifting off the slant board. So find your balance. Check in with all of your essentials. And then when you feel stable, close your eyes. And it's okay to touch down with the free leg to keep you upright on the slant board. Woo! All right, so then open your eyes and you can rotate from side to side. You can also toss a bell from hand to hand. Right, we're going to switch to the other side. Always remember, toes stay on the slant board, middle of your heel lines up with your second and third toe, kneecap over your second and third toe. Find your balance. When you're balanced, close your eyes. Keep checking in with those essentials. And then open your eyes and handoffs. All right, so you can spend as much time on these as you want. So if you want to spend extra time, focus on the toes downhill and arch downhill. Moving on, we're going to sit on the top of the ball with our feet hip distance apart. Now, if you want to make it more challenging, just put your feet together. We're going to do the wrist series with our forearms parallel to the floor. Use your bells, loose grip on the bells, and curl. And let the bells spring down and curl up. Keep your chest open. Still check in with your essentials. Mind your feet. Hollow your abs. Lift your torso. Float your head. Relax your back, and your shoulders fall into place. All right, now after the wrist curls, we're going to pour out. And we want to get rotation in our forearms, loose grip on the bells, so we're getting rotation in our hands, our wrists, our forearms, and that's going to migrate all the way up to our shoulders and affect our shoulder blades. All right, now pour in. Again, always keeping your forearms parallel to the floor, chest open. Mind your essentials. Always check in with your feet. What are your feet doing? All right, so we want this springiness. So as you pour in, it bounces into a pouring out. All right, the next one that we're going to do, maracas. And our thumbs are pointing up to the ceiling as we play maracas with the bells. Now, we're going to do figure eights. All right, so your shoulder blades glide on your rib cage, your elbows come away from your sides, nice, smooth figure eight movement. Now, change directions. Just notice your shoulder blades gliding. Not a lot of stress in your shoulders, but a lot of activity in your hands and forearms, arms, and your shoulder blades. Our next exercise is supine, knees side to side. Lie on your back with your heels on the top of the ball. Palms on the floor, reach your fingertips opposite one another. Your nose is pointed up to the ceiling. Your sacrum and spine are on the floor. Keep your knees directly over your hips. Move your knees side to side. So as your knees go to the left, reach that right arm out a little bit more. And as your knees go to the right, reach your left arm or hand away from your midline. Side to side, you're rolling right over your SI joints and try and rotate until the outside of your hip and your glutes touch the floor, keeping your shoulder blades on the floor. Now turn your head with your knees. So you're getting changes, different tension. As you move your head, notice the muscles and the fascia that attaches from your shoulder blades to your occiput and to your neck. Now move your head opposite your knees. You're rolling right over your SI joints. Those are at the base of your spine. Keep your knees over your hips and side to side. From the supine, knees side to side, we're going to move into the ball inchworm. Same position. And your feet are on the top of the ball, knees over your hips, arms at a 45-degree angle, nose up to the ceiling. Tilt your pubic bone in. That's going to tip your pelvis and elevate your sacrum off the floor. So you've got this nice hollowing of your abdomen and a spinal hammock. And then slowly lower down, one vertebra at a time. Feel each one of the bumps on your vertebra touch the floor one at a time, and be really mindful, especially when you get to the base of your spine, because those tend to get stuck. So again, tilt your pubic bone in, so you're deeply hollowing your abs. That automatically lifts your pelvis off the floor. Lift one vertebra at a time up, and go as high as you are comfortable going without grabbing with your glutes. Okay. Nice hollowing, and then slowly roll down. Now, if you're feeling your hamstrings, play around with your leg position. So I'm still slowly rolling down. You might want to bring your knees a little bit closer, so that looks like this, and then tilt and roll up and roll down. So you can change positions, so you can get about 4 of these. Tilt, roll up, and they're really going to open up your low back and encourage you to learn how to hollow your abs and eventually connect your abs to your pelvic floor. Now from here, we're going to go into frog rock. You're going to squat behind the ball, press your pubic bone into the ball, drape over so the front of your chin is on the ball, and rock forward and backwards. All 10 toes are in contact with the floor. You cushion with your toes, feet, ankles, knees, and hips. Keep the pressure of your pubic bones into the ball. When you rock back, you hug the ball so your shoulder blades come apart. You're draping over the ball. Your spine is getting long. The weight of your head lengthens your spine as you rock forward. The weight of your lower body lengthens your spine as you rock back. Always keep the front of your chin, or think about kissing the ball as you rock forward and backwards. And when you rock forward, you cushion with your hands, wrists, elbows, and shoulders, and your shoulder blades slide on your rib cage. And then when you rock back, you hug that ball, pressing the ball into your pubic bone or pressing your pubic bones into the ball. You can add your breathing. I like to breathe in as I rock forward, and exhale as I rock backwards. Always stay on the balls of your feet, and make sure that your kneecaps line up over your second and third toe, and that you feel all 10 toes touching on the floor and pushing off at the same time. Now from here, we're going to do squat and straighten. Eventually, we'll add a bell to it. Now, you start by sitting on the ball, and you're going to walk forward until you're in a squat. And you want to make sure that your knees are over your ankles, and you're pushing your feet into the floor, driving your thigh bones into your hip sockets, pressing your sacrum into the ball. Now support your head, elbows wide, and lower your spine onto the ball. Then straighten your legs, rolling backwards over the ball. And then squat. and straighten. Elbows wide, open up your chest. Keep all of your toes on the floor, and then squat. Breathe in as you straighten. Hollow and exhale to bend your knees. Notice all toes in contact with the floor, knees tracking over your second and third toe. Spine follows the contour of the ball. The back of your hand supporting your head touch the ball, and elbows are wide. When you straighten your legs, and you're just getting ready to exhale, feel that tug of your abs on your pubic bone. That's going to help you find the area to hollow from. Good. So when our legs are straight, we have all the pressure on our sacrum. It's like somebody's holding us upside down and lengthening or tractioning our spine, our upper body from our hips or from our sacrum. Now, I'm going to add the bell. So from here, I rest my head on the ball. I still keep my sacrum. I breathe in as I reach. And hollow and exhale. And breathe in and reach. I always want to keep the base of my spine on the ball. And again. Now, from here, we're going to roll onto our side. Top leg is straight. One in the front is bent. Both feet are pointing straight ahead. I grasp the handle with my upper hand, press with my thumb the bell away so my arms are straight, and I toss down and let it rebound up. Toss and rebound. So I want this side directed up to the ceiling. My head is just resting comfortably on my bottom arm. Now, you can just bring the bell to your sternum, roll onto your left side, so it's a nice little balance exercise, but very smooth. It gets very easy. Toss down. Make sure that that foot on the bent leg has a nice high arch, but your big toe is still touching the floor. Both feet pointing straight ahead. Toss down, let it spring up. Arms are straight. Can you feel the lengthening and rebounding between all of your ribs? Can you feel it go all the way down the outside of your hip to the outside of your foot? So this is a full body lengthening and rebound from your pinky toe to your pinky finger. All right, so we're going to come out of that and we're going to kneel behind the ball. And you're going to sit on your heels. Now, if you have any trouble sitting on your heels, you can put a pillow between your calf and your thighs. Now, your head is between your arms, and your arms are straight. So you're at a straight diagonal from the top of the ball to your tailbone. Arms are shoulder distance apart. Slide your shoulder blades up and down on your rib cage. Slide up and down. Keep your spine long, so you're always reaching the top of your head and tailbone in opposite direction while you're gliding your shoulder blades on your rib cage. Notice that your chest is opening. There's a lot of movement between your rib cage and your shoulder blades. Think of your arms as a continuation of your torso as you glide your shoulder blades up and down. All right, so from here, we're going to twist to the right, drive our left hip back.
We're going to twist to the left, drive our right hip back so the arms are straight, still shoulder distance apart. Our head is not dangling. It's symmetrical between our right and left arms. So side to side. Now we're going to twist right, and we're going to reach under our left arm and try and get our left armpit up to the ceiling. So you can use this right arm to twist you more, but keep your spine long. So we did the previous exercise to prepare our spine for this exercise so it stays long while we rotate. This allows us to get at those tiny muscles at our spine and help correct our spine. And twist. And again, don't let your head dangle. Keep your head in line with your spine. Get the armpits up to the ceiling. Okay, so now we're going to do pullovers. You're going to grab 2 bells.
All right, so we're going to walk forward into our bridge position. The bridge position involves my feet being hip distance apart, feet pointing straight ahead, knees over the second and third toe, middle of your heel lined up also between your second and third toe. So I'm flat from parallel to the floor, flat from my rib cage to my knees, and my knees are 90 degrees, and I'm directing my tailbone towards my knees, and my chin is up to the ceiling. I'm going to hold these bells, and my elbows are pointed up to the ceiling, loose grip on the bells, and I'm going to slide these bells down the back side of the ball. Then I'm going to hollow my abs to bring the bells back up to my ears. I want you to feel this not only in your lower abs at your pubic bone, but where your shoulder blades attach to your rib cage. Your shoulder blades are gliding on your rib cage, allowing the bells to go up and down, but are under the control of your lower abdominals. So as you bring the bells down, feel the lengthening of your abs and the movement of your shoulder blades, and hollow your abs, and then your shoulder blades move, bringing your bells up to your ears. Always direct your tailbone towards your knees and get nice deep abdominal hollowing, and you're also opening up your low back. Now, if this exercise is too challenging for you, let me show you what you can do to start getting used to this position, okay? So you can just shift forward and backwards. Okay, keeping this bridge position, and that's going to give you control over your abs, so eventually you'll have the shoulder blade movement. This exercise, the pullovers, looks a lot trickier than it is. And if your movement is just limited to 1 or 2 inches, that's fine. All right, so we're going to end with the plie wall squat. So you're going to roll the ball up the wall, and you're going to lean into the ball so your sacrum is resting on the ball and your hips are in line with the equator of the ball. Your feet are turned out. Your feet are far enough away from the wall so that when you bend your knees are directly over your ankles. Now reach a bell overhead. Keep your spine parallel to the wall and slowly lower down, and only go as deeply as your knees feel safe. Then hollow your abs to straighten your knees. Bend your knees, and during the knee bending, your pelvic floor is lengthening, so that's supporting the load going down. Then you hollow your abs, your torso lifts, your head floats to straighten your legs. Okay, and as I said, the depth that you go depends upon the health of your knees and what you need to accomplish. So if you're a hiker, you're going to want to get deeper knee bends. And I just noticed that my ball's a little bit higher than I like it. I want you to feel like the equator of the ball is resting so precisely along your sacrum in the starting point. And then as you squat, the ball rolls up your spine. It doesn't go up very high. And don't lean into the ball above your sacrum. Your sacrum is just pressed into the ball and your spine is parallel to the wall. Well, I hope you enjoy this workout.